Cole, it's your question when we come back and when we after
Wrote a piece in the Post, which
The same thing we saw in Basra the day when we heard about the vehicle-borne explosives that blew up police stations, and, oh, by the way, a van that was going by that had children in it. These were Iraqis killing Iraqis. We don't know who perpetrated those events in Basra, at least I don't at this point. Quite likely it could be Zarqawi and his folks who want to foment Sunni-on-Shiite unrest as a last-ditch effort to keep us from being successful in Iraq. But by the way, this young man enlisted in the Marine Corps after 1 year of college.
do you have enough money, or would you like to see some more money to keep this force in place?
Mr. Chairman, you're absolutely right that the increased operations tempo, keeping what's going to turn out to be a force of around 20,000, which includes the 1st Armored Division, and that's the bulk of it. Additional time in Iraq is going to cost us more money. We estimate right now, we are working those estimates right now, let me just say that, and we've got to take a look and see if we have the wherewithal inside the DoD budget, because we do have some flexibility, as you know, inside the budget to address those additional costs.
Fire be a part of Predator. I was the chairman of the R&D committee. So my request is, along with our chairman who's come out publicly on this, that we work toward a supplemental and not wait until the election's over, but that we be serious about what is needed. I want to give the Army the equipment they want.
Well, what we're saying is the circumstances on the ground are obviously more expensive than you planned.
If they need additional resources, as the President has said, they will get those resources. The President's commitment to our troops is solid and steadfast. He will not hesitate when it comes to making sure our troops have everything they need to do their job. However, the President looks to the commanders in the theater to make the determinations of what is needed for our troops. They're the ones who are in the best position to look at circumstances on the ground and determine what is needed. And we have received assurances from Pentagon officials that the resources they have at this time are more than enough to meet their needs. However, we will continue to always look closely at circumstances on the ground and look to what the commanders are saying to make sure that they have the resources they need.
Senator Hagel also talked about the idea of the need for more troops, perhaps speaking to the notion of reinstating the draft. What's the President's position on reinstating the draft?
Yeah, John, that's not something that's been under consideration.
Is it something that the President keeps in the back of his mind, though, that he may have to do at some point?
As I said earlier today, it's just not something that's been under consideration. The most precise estimates that we can going forward, and that's why